Welcome to today's Explainer. We're literally taking an academic cybersecurity syllabus and turning it into your ultimate digital survival guide. I'm super excited to take you through this material because we're not just looking at dry textbook theories today. We're unpacking the exact syllabus taught to university students so we can truly understand how our digital world operates, where the hidden vulnerabilities are, and exactly how we can protect ourselves. So, let's kick things off with a pretty fundamental question. Just how safe are our daily digital actions? Think about it. Every single time you buy a coffee, check your social feeds, or submit a form online, every tap and click connects you to this massive global infrastructure. And on that infrastructure, thousands of automated attacks are happening every single second. It's an ecosystem packed with incredible opportunities, for sure, but it is also full of hidden traps.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll be moving through 4 core modules. 1. The Cyberspace Foundation. 2. Cybercrimes and Laws. 3. Navigating social media. And 4. Securing digital wealth.
All right, let's jump straight into Module 1, the Cyberspace Foundation. This is where we build the base.
When you hear the word cyberspace, you probably picture miles of fiber optic cables, blinking routers, and massive data centers, right? But what's really fascinating here is that this syllabus strictly defines it as a socio-technical system. Basically, the tech is totally inseparable from human behavior, organizations, and policies. Think about a massive phishing attack. It might use some crazy complex email infrastructure, but it only actually succeeds if a human is persuaded to click the malicious link. Human psychology is literally the biggest vulnerability we have.
And breaking this all down into layers is absolutely crucial for understanding our defenses. It's almost like a 3-layer cake. Down at the bottom, you've got the physical layer, the actual hardware where we have to worry about real-world theft or a natural disaster. Then there's the logical layer. This is the invisible stuff, the digital plumbing like TCP/IP and DNS, which malware loves to target. And right at the top, the social layer. That's us, the users. If someone using a banking app doesn't practice safe habits, all that fancy physical and logical security underneath, it basically means nothing.
Moving right along to Module 2, Cybercrimes and Cyber Laws. We're talking about the battlefield and the rules.
Okay, let's unpack some of this intense academic jargon, because this right here is where the real digital battlefield lies. Check out these 2 specific attack methods taught in the course. First, a zero-day attack. This happens when hackers exploit a software flaw that the creators don't even know exists yet, meaning there are literally 0 days to patch it before it's used against you. Wild, right? But then there's the zero-click attack, and honestly, this one is terrifying. An attacker can compromise your phone without you ever clicking a link or opening a file. Just receiving a malicious message can be enough to get breached. It's easily one of the most feared weapons in a hacker's toolkit.
Looking at the broader threat landscape, bad actors really rely on a few specific playbook moves. They absolutely love account takeovers. They'll exploit weak passwords or pull off SIM swaps, which is where they trick your mobile carrier and literally hijack your phone number. Then you've got ransomware with double extortion. These days, they don't just lock your files. They threaten to leak your private, sensitive data publicly if you don't pay up. And of course, the classic, social engineering. They actively manipulate human triggers like urgency, authority, or fear. The whole goal is to completely bypass the technical security by hacking the person behind the keyboard.
So what actually happens when an attack goes down? Well, this is exactly why we study cyber laws, because a technical hack instantly becomes a legal issue. The syllabus focuses heavily on frameworks like India's IT Act 2000 and the newer BNS 2023. And let me be clear, these aren't just dry legal theories. These are the literal tools authorities use to prosecute identity theft, morphed images, and massive financial fraud. Knowing the rules of the law is just as vital as understanding the code itself.
And here's where this syllabus turns into pure, real-world survival skills. We're talking about the golden hour reporting rule. If you're hit by financial fraud, every single minute matters to freeze those stolen funds. Step 1, call the National 1930 helpline immediately. Seriously, don't wait around. Then, let your bank know and file a formal complaint online. Make sure you preserve all your digital evidence, transaction IDs, screenshots, all of it. This protocol is exactly what's being taught to empower people to fight back effectively.
All right, on to Module 3. Navigating social media. Welcome to the public square.
This concept right here completely changes how we should look at social platforms. Think before you post, who is your shadow audience? Usually we just think we're sharing a quick photo or a thought with our friends, right? But the course highlights this idea of the shadow audience. These are the folks accessing your data indirectly. Maybe a friend shares it, someone grabs a screenshot, or the algorithm just randomly pushes it to strangers. Have you ever really thought about who is looking at your stuff 3 degrees of separation away? It kind of puts into perspective how vast and permanent our digital footprints truly are.
Because social media is this tricky balance of great networking and hidden pitfalls, you have to actively watch out for red flags. Always verify who is actually sending you a message. Be super suspicious of unexpected attachments. And this is a big one. Completely ignore any DMs asking for a password or an OTP. Legitimate services will literally never ask for that in a direct message. Finally, just limit the personal info you put out there. It's your best defense against doxing, where malicious actors publish your private details just to harass you.
Now, if things do go sideways and you run into scams, cyberbullying, or inappropriate content, you need a solid reporting drill. First up, capture the evidence. I'm talking URLs and handles, not just screenshots. And crucially, don't panic and delete the evidence. I know it's tempting to make it go away, but you have to keep it. Next, report it using the platform's built-in grievance tools. And if it's a real threat or straight-up fraud, escalate it to those national cybercrime portals we talked about earlier. Having a structured response to the online chaos is key.
Which brings us to Module 4, Securing Digital Wealth. This is the Vault.
Think about the last time you clicked Buy Now. You probably thought it was just a simple transaction between you and the store, right? Actually, whether you're using a card, UPI, or a digital wallet, your money is navigating a massive, incredibly complex ecosystem. It jumps from your app, hits payment gateways, routes through acquiring banks, and is completely overseen by strict RBI regulations. Every single stop on that journey requires bulletproof authentication to make sure your hard-earned cash gets exactly where it's supposed to go. And securing that whole massive ecosystem, it relies entirely on a shared responsibility model. It's not totally on the store and it's not totally on you. It's a team effort. Take the actual payment step, for example. Your job as the consumer is to absolutely never share your OTP or CVV. But on the flip side, the merchant's non-negotiable duty is to make sure they are never storing your raw card data on their servers. Understanding this two-way street is pretty much the secret to safe online shopping.
But of course, fraudsters know exactly how this ecosystem works too, and they combine social engineering with rapid money movement. Recognizing their everyday tactics is just essential survival knowledge. First rule of thumb, a UPI PIN is only ever used to send money. You never need it to receive cash, period. Got an urgent text saying your KYC expired? Yeah, those are almost certainly a trap. Someone guaranteeing massive investment returns on Telegram? A highly efficient way to lose your savings. And absolutely, under no circumstances should you ever install remote screen sharing apps just because someone claiming to be customer care tells you to.
All right, wrapping things up with Section 5, your digital survival toolkit. It's time to apply the knowledge.
So, by breaking down these 4 core modules of the academic cybersecurity syllabus, from the invisible technical layers of the web to the harsh realities of cyber law, navigating shadow audiences on social media, and the complex plumbing of digital payments, we've really constructed a solid blueprint for digital resilience. You now got a fantastic grasp on how the web operates, how cybercriminals think, and the actual real-world protocols to protect your identity and your wallet. So I want to leave you with this one provocative thought. Now that you're armed with this knowledge, what is the very first step you're going to take today to lock down your personal digital fortress? Take a second to review your privacy settings, maybe update a dusty password, and stay safe out there. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.